Hello, everybody. It's me, Billy Deerhead, and oh my God, you will not believe how far I went for this. This is part 3 of my puzzle gaming LP called Trigons. Yes, this is a Trigon. Now I'll explain how it works, but first I want to explain everything I had to do to fucking even make this possible. Holy shit. First of all, my fucking puzzle book that I had this Trigon puzzle in got fucking coffee spilled on it. Yay. So basically it wasn't good enough to scan anymore. So I had to find an online Trigon, and those just sucked. So I basically had to take an online Trigon and copy paste the ever loving shit out of it to reconstruct this Trigon that was in my puzzle book. Yeah. So, anyway, this is a Trigon, as you can see. It's a giant cluster of triangles, and every triangle has a number in it. Now, what we're supposed to do is fill out all the numbers in the sides of the triangles. And all the numbers that go in the sides of the triangles range from 0 to 6. And you're supposed to, the numbers on the sides of the triangles are supposed to add up to the number in the center of the triangle. So the number on these three sides will either be 0, 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, or 1, 1, 1. Yes. And you have to keep track of the various combinations that you use. There's limited numbers depending on what number you're trying to find a combination for. But you're only allowed to use each combination once. So if I were to use, say, the 111 combination for a 3 triangle, I would not be able to use that specific combination for the triangle edges on any other triangle with the number 3 in it. As you can see, the numbers 8, 9, and 10 are the most abundant, which means they're the biggest pains in the ass. And 0 and 18, they're the same for all three sides, no matter where they are. So those are the easiest ones, and that's where you want to start off with. So let us begin. 0, all the sides are 0. So I'm copy pasting again, so it looks pretty. There and there and there. And then we want to find the 18 and put 6's all around it. 6, 6, 6. There we go. There's your starting point. And it's also easiest to find instances where large numbers are next to smaller numbers because they have fewer digits to share. And the absolute worst is when they have the same number next to each other, because it could be anything. They share the exact same numbers. They have they have the same combos. It really buggers you up. But we're going to start over here. Now, since this 6 triangle already has a 6 next to it, we know that the rest of the numbers are going to be zeros. Yes, we figured that out rather quickly, didn't we? And also I want to scratch out the combos that I've already done. Oh no, that was bad. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I know it's off screen because I can't figure out how to get Camtasia to move the damn camera while I'm recording, so I'll scratch those out. So there, we've already got 3 combos that we've already used up. Now let's see. 10 with a 0. 10 with a 0. There's only 2 possible combinations. 046 or 055. Okay, and an 8 with a 0. It's 026 or 035 or 044. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and a 16. 16, the only possible combinations have a 4, 5, or 6. So 8 with a 0. 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, they all have 4, 5, or 6. That's no help. Okay, 6 and 11 with a 6. 1, 2, 3. 3 possible combinations. Oh, and it's next to a 3. Okay. A little more limited there. 0, 1, 2, or 3. And so an 11 with a 6 with a 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they've all got that. Damn it. Okay. A 13 with a 6. They've all got 6s. Okay. Okay, how about let's go over here. 6 with a 0. Oh! We've already used up a 6 with a 0. We've only got 3 remaining combinations. 015, 024, or 033. And we got 2 of them right here. Ooh. It's next to some big numbers here. This could be a good place to go. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 11. 11. Next to a 6 with a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. God, that's no help. Jesus. Jesus, I remember this being a lot easier. What the hell? Okay, let's try this 3 next to 15. That's a pretty big difference there. 0, 1, 2, 3. 15, the lowest possible number is a 3. So, I already know that this is going to have to be a 3. There's no other possible number but that these two numbers share. So, that tells me that these other two sides for this 3 triangle are going to have to be 0. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so I've used up this one. And we've used up the 15 combination we had with a 3 in it. So that tells us that the only remaining numbers for this are a 6, move down, 6 and a 6. Okay, so I get to scratch out that one. Now, we've got an 11 with a 6 and a 0. 6 and there's only one combination, and that means that this last side over here, of course, is a number 5. There, now we're on a roll. And I scratch out that combination. Okay, so let me just keep count of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then this one, we got a 0 and a 6, so that remaining side is obviously a 3. Excuse me. I'm laying off the soda. I'm doing better. Won't be nearly as gassy as I have been in previous videos. 9 with a 0, 3, 6. Okay, we scratch that off. Okay. Now, where do I want to go? Where's a nice big fat number? 16 and a 9? 4, 5, 6. Oh god, not a 9. No, they've got way too many combinations. Okay, 7 with a 5. 7 with a 5. We got 1, 2. 2 possible combinations. So, these sides are either both 1s or a 0 and a 2. And don't think that just because it's got an empty side here that it's automatically a 0. Hell no. Yeah. So this could be a 1 and a 6, or a 2 and a 5, or 3 and a 4. And with a 9, it could be anything. 15 with a... Oh, there's only 2 remaining combinations for 15. And a 15 with a 6, these have to be 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Oh, and look, and there's a 15 right there. The remaining combination doesn't have a 4, so we know this side has to be a 5. Yes. There's no other options. It must be a 5. Now the question is this... No, 6, 5, so that must be a 4. That is a 4. 6, 5, 4. Okay. And I scratch that out. And then the last remaining 15 triangle is all 5s. Yes. All 5s. And that is it. We have used up all our 15 triangles. They are done. Yay. Scratch those out completely. Okay. So let's see. We got a 6 with a 0 and a 5. So that last side, obviously a 1. Okay. And an 11 with a 1. There's only 2 possible combinations where an 11 has a 1 next to it. 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. That could be a... Wait a minute. That can't be a 6 because we already used up our 0, 0, 6 combination for 6 triangles. So that cannot be a 6. So it's got to be a 4 or a 5. This could be a 6, but this has to be a 4 or a 5. Okay. So I know, let's see, 11 with a 1. It has to be a 4 or 5. Yeah. Could be either one, really, so I can't scratch out part of any of them. Okay. How about a 12 with a 0? Oh, there's only one 12 with a 0. And that means that the other 2 sides are both 6s. Yes. And I scratched that out. Noticing a lot of these combinations are starting at the bottom of the list that I'm scratching them out from. Okay, 7 with a 6. 7 with a 6. There's only one combination with for a 7 with a 6. So this must be 1 and 0. But I'm not entirely... Wait a minute. Aha! There's no remaining combinations for a 12 with a 0. So this has to be 1. This side has to be 1. The number 1. And the remaining side, of course, is 0, which is just as well because there's no other number for it to share that side with. Okay, I gotta go back and scratch these out. So 0, 1, 6. Scratch that out for the 7s. And then there's only one combination for the 12 with a 1. That's 1, 5, 6. But I'm not sure which side the 5 and the 6 goes on. Just because this number's bigger doesn't mean it gets the bigger number of the combo. It might get the 4 and then have 2 5s. Yeah. Okay. No help there. No help there. Okay. Uh-oh, you can't see my mouse when it's a pencil. A 9 with a 5 next to a 5. 9 with a 5 next to a 5. I haven't used any of the 5s yet. Oh my god, look at this. A 5 completely surrounded by 9s. Oh, that's horrible. Especially 9s. 9s are the fucking worst. Oh, duh. I've got a freaking triangle with 2 sides and I never finished it off. Okay. A 13 with a 6 and a 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. This must be 3.